Unusual here. I'm gonna be telling you about my friend's experience in her marriage. So my friend got married, let me say like 3 years ago, or let me say 4 years ago, because she already left last year. So she initially, when she was still dating this guy, her mom-in-law did not like her. Her sister-in-laws did not like her, but her brother-in-law and her father-in-law they were cool with it. But you know, women problems. I actually don't know what some sister-in-laws have to do with their brother's wives. Every time they always develop this kind of hate. I don't like her. I don't like who cares? But then again, sometimes when they don't like you, I think you just have to leave. It depends on the kind of man that you're with. So this my friend who was married for like 3 years and she didn't have a child. It's not like she wasn't trying, she was trying, but it wasn't working. But along the line, she decided to, gist me about it. Like she called me. I wanted to hang out with someone who was going to be very real with her because if you don't, I don't fake over here. If you don't like me, I'll just day my day. If you don't like the energy that I bring, I'll stay on my own because I don't know. It's only a few persons that can actually, take some of the things that comes from me because the way you see things might not actually be the way that I see them. But I'm coming. So she started discussing some things with me, some private things. So I had to listen to her. But along the line, I found out that the problem wasn't only that she couldn't have a child for 3 years. There are people who have this issue with childbearing. Sometimes it will still come. Sometimes you might not know that you're not healthy. So I asked her, okay, have you told your mom about this? She said yes, but her mom said she should wait for God's time. That God's time is the best. I told her okay, because the main reason why she had to involve me in this is because her sister-in-laws and her mom-in-law they were now shading her. Like shades were coming from different angles. Sometimes when they want to talk, they'll be like, when women are talking, she shouldn't be there. Like hell no, who does that? But I felt her pain because I know what it feels like when you have not had a child in your first day. See, some mother-in-laws, they will just be giving you like 6 months and they will be waiting to hear, okay, she's pregnant. They will not rest. But in her own case, she was not getting pregnant. Like, I thought about that or for that probably she had a miscarriage. No, she wasn't getting pregnant. Neither was she having a miscarriage. So instead of trying to like know what the issue is, they were, shading her indirectly, even directly. At some point, they started shading her directly. I was like, her brother got married to a man, and her husband was not supportive. Initially, in the first year, second year, her husband was, but the third year, she said her husband changed and supported his sisters that he wanted her to get pregnant before they got married, but she said no, that she didn't want to get pregnant before marriage, that she wants to, be properly married before getting pregnant. And me, I strongly agree with her on that. But this man was not being kind to her at some point. He started mistreating her, stopped, paying attention to her needs. In fact, her husband brought his sidekick into the house, which was supported by his mom and his sister-in-laws. Oh, probably her sister-in-laws. I'm sorry. English is not easy. So she said the side kick entered the house, moved to their bedroom, and then her husband asked her to, take the next room, which was also similar to their own. But then again, she's no longer in her matrimonial bedroom. So this was where things, got somehow. And she said during her last August meeting, because she stopped going for August meeting, she said that she was literally the talk of the town, that she was because she was unable to have a child. She said it was only like few women who stood by her and were like, yes, they were in 5 years, they were married for 5 years and they did not have a child, but now they have 8 children, 7 children, all that. But then again, me, I'm a very critical thinker. So I was like, have you gone to the hospital? She said yes. I said, okay. Have you gone to the hospital with your husband? Has he gone? Have you confirmed that the problem is not funny? She said her husband will not agree to go to the hospital and she doesn't even know how to bring it up to him. I'm like, do you want me to talk to him? She said no, she doesn't want her husband to feel like she's bringing him outside that into a family issue. So I understood that and I backed off. But I told her to remember that your mom attends faith church, so you don't expect her to like say any other thing other than God's time is the best. Sometimes you need to take matters into your own hands, and besides, for you to be married, it means you're now an adult, you're of age. I thought, okay, um, let us go to your church, let us talk to your pastor. She talked to her pastor was like, okay, I'm going to talk to your husband. So her husband flared up and became very, very upset about the whole thing and was like, who gave you this kind of idea? Better tell that person to stay away from me, because I think he already started to have their, idea that I came in because he actually knew who I was even before he met his wife, or we didn't have anything. I just knew him. Do you understand? So I asked some of his past girlfriends, like two I know, they were like they never got pregnant with this guy during their situationship, and only one said she never tried to get pregnant, but the other one said she tried but she did not get pregnant. I'm like, okay, okay. So I one of the days, okay, after her husband, um, talked to her, shouted at her, they had issues with it. My friend stopped, talking to me again. No quarrel when, I moved my mind from the whole. So I respected myself, but after some months, I forgot about her. In fact, I don't even see her status, but I feel like probably she blocked me or something because she didn't want problem. Actually, be a good wife, which she has always been. But she just called me one day. I was like, she wants to talk to me. I'm like, okay, oh, you better call her also. And she started telling me just like the things that she always tells me. This time around, I was like, Chai, sorry. She knew I did not want this thing to be my problem again. So what I did was like I told her, okay, I had to divert the topic. How has work been? She was like that. Her husband's psychic is still living in the house and trying to get pregnant for her husband. But where she's going to be having a problem is if this girl should eventually get pregnant here, that they will throw her out. In fact, they will show her shagging, and that one safe day. That one not true. So in order to cut this long story short, and besides my iPhone storage is messing me up. So this my friend now, I knew what she was up against, but on the other hand, I did not want to involve myself in her marital issues. But this one now was very, very, important, and I I felt for her. Do you understand? I felt for her. But I was thinking about something. I was like, this guy does not want to go to the hospital. And my friend has gone to the hospital and confirmed. In fact, I had to take my friend again to the hospital, to another hospital, a doctor that I know very, very well. And he checked my friend and was like, she's okay. Everything about her was okay. What? Why remove that slippers? Oh, yeah. So my friend was okay on her own side. So I want to make this thing very fast because I don't want this video to be very, very long. Now, fast forward to one day, my friend just called me out of the blue. Before this time, we have already been talking and planning on how to, get the whole thing sorted out on my own without telling her because I don't want her family issue to be on my head somehow. So my friend said she just wanted to have a drink with me, she was also going to spend the night at my place. I was like, I made this girl actually happen. What is it? Hmm? I'm coming. Actually made this girl happen. Lot of here no problem day. She said her husband, in fact, it's as if she's like a ghost in her husband's house. Nobody they notice her, nobody they see her. Her husband don't even see her. I was like, okay, since you want to come and spend the night in my place, no wahala. Each and about the 2 3 days, just come. Because I know that girl was already going through a lot and she's not the type to talk too much. The thing was getting out of hand. She's still obedient for my liking, but she's still a very sweet person. So what I did was I took this girl out. Like I needed more information. Let me know what my mind is telling me if it's actually true because my mind was already telling me that this guy here now. Let me just be honest. My mind was already telling me this boy here and down because how can you tell me that all the girls have asked when they get to what by mistake or maybe she had to take it out or like when already not even by mistake. So my friend now, and I know my friend, like I know her very well. I know say that time we should be the ones. You don't enter before she know already. The one already she just use verse not for the first time and that was the last time. So for her to be telling me now that these people are trying to make it look like hello, even at some point she was like the God is trying to use her past to punish her. I told her God does not work like that. So first you don't do something, go beg God for forgiveness. Now don't believe you. That one don't go. He doesn't punish you with your past. The only devil they do like that. So she was like, okay. I took her to a very cool spot. I know say her head no they too carry drink like that, but she did drink. So we ordered for tequila. We ordered for like 10 shots. She was like 10 was too much. I told her no like if you dey pour, me say if I go dey pour, make it no blessing and we need the thing. Bro, she took the first shot because she did drink like she can take 5 shots and she'll be okay. But that day I made her take I only took 3 shots because I wanted to still be active and be asking her questions. She took 7 shots out of the 10. We ordered for more and she took extra 2. I started asking her, this girl told me a lot of things that so at some point she became very loud. I told her, oh yeah, let's go. So I took her to my place. She took her bath and slept. Then in the morning, I told her, okay, are you going to work today? She said no, it's her day off. And we went to my doctor. And I told the guy what was already going on. He was like, this is a very simple thing that she should make her husband do another with her. But she was like, he doesn't touch her anymore. So the doctor was like, okay, we're going to call your husband and tell him that you're in a very critical situation. Look at where you are. And this guy came, and the doctor, as somebody now marrying him like that, the doctor convinced him to, see if he can do something with his wife. The man refused, and eventually he did. A 1 or 2 from his body texted him, and bro had a low sperm count. So my doctor was like, so have you been able to like impregnate a woman with this? It was like that. His doctor told him that this is not supposed to stop you from having kids. Hey.
Yeah, that was. I'm like, oh, and the doctor now got now go to school. And do you know what my friend did? When my friend found out about this, she was happy. Like she regained herself. She came back to life because all this while this girl did not on your now. She regained herself, became happy because she was not the problem after all. And what did she do? She said she wanted to leave the marriage. The guy was like, you can leave. I'm sure I'm going to get another girl pregnant. Kikiri. This guy was not remorseful. And what did my friend do? She got an apartment while still chilling with him, took his card, this because the boy would ego. How would ego? The boy would ego. And my friend too was doing very, 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 very well. When she was working, they were paying her very well. My friend made a mistake. What was her mistake? See, it's very, very important to know your partner's health condition before marriage. You're supposed to know if you guys are compatible, if your genotype works, if this person is fertile, if this person's health condition is okay. Man, we know HIV. She didn't check all these things simply because they've been dating for years and she has never. That doesn't mean that Tonya and I got to. So this was a mistake, and I believe that everyone should learn from it. When you're in a relationship and this person's genotype does not match, just remove marry from your mind. I'm still gonna tell you a story about a girl who married the guy when a woman who married a man that has AS, and one of my friends is suffering from SS. Minus the SS or suffer anemia. Some of you can just this thing is not about being unfortunate. Like you cannot handle the unfortunation and you will still go and put yourself inside. Like,